The Four-Wheel Drive podcast, powered by Tyrepower. We are back for another episode of Southern River Band with Let It Ride, bringing us in the Four-Wheel Drive podcast on Instagram. All episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Thank you to our Patreons. I'm rushing myself. Patreon.com/the Four-Wheel Drive podcast. Get over there. We'll join them later on. Heaps going on at the moment over at Patreon. Merch, voice messages, and the ultimate four-wheel drive, which has also been flying.
Nice.
With some big cars coming through. The fourdrivepodcast.com.au is where you find all of that. And I'm just going to give you a little shout out to Tyrepower, our sponsor. We're powered by Tyrepower. Again, any brand you want, you can get it there. Wheels, tyres, and maybe even throw a Century battery in. It's all there for you, Ronnie.
I'm trying to remember how many.
have a guess, mate, because I've got it here.
Don't look at 58. 58.
Yeah, I saw it.
No, I can't read that from you.
You can't?
Nah.
Oh, actually, your eyesight is pretty shocking.
Way.
Well, you are right. There's just 58 in WA alone. So, Tyrepower, there'll be one near. Go have a look if you need some rims, tyres,
Black donuts.
even batteries. Black donuts, yeah.
Black donuts.
Not real
They
tasty.
should sell Tyrepower black donuts.
I just don't know if they'd taste any good.
Licorice donuts.
Licorice donut. You're a licorice fan?
Oh, yeah. I am a massive licorice fan.
I am too.
Especially salty.
I got asked
licorice.
this question in Melbourne recently at that filming day.
Yes.
And what was the question? Oh, the food that no one else really likes. You know the little black cat lollies?
Yeah. They're awesome.
They just leave them for me at the footy club, basically. It's elite.
Really?
I love them.
Really?
Always have.
They won't last in my house.
Stole them out of my grandpa's lolly.
You stole from your granddad?
Yeah, or it was like, take some lollies. He's like, don't you take my black cats? And I took some. Funniest bloke I know. Tickled me till I wet myself as a kid. No joke. He went like he just took it that step too far, and I pissed my pants. I'm not kidding. That actually happened for taking a black cat. Still love him though. Wasn't scarred.
From black cats to Duggo pissing himself.
Yeah. The other time I also almost pissed myself was at the I was this is going to sound a bit weird, but anyway, Nige owned the local shoe store. Everyone knew Nige. If you lived in Backsmash, you go and get your shoes from Nige. So Nigel, anyway, knew Dad pretty well. I'd grown up just going into the shop every time we walked past to say g'day. And he's like funniest old bloke, has this husky voice, and he'd just get into you every time you got there, so he'd stir you up. Or anyway, he started tickling me one day because I must have been cheeky or something like that. And no joke, had flashbacks of this, like me pissing myself on the black cat. So I generally was like, you know, when you go from laughing to like crying, like now I'm in a bit of strife here. Held that one in. That would have been very embarrassing. That was public, really public. Anyway,
so
Nige.
but to any to any footy player opponent, just tickle you.
Yeah.
It's just tickle him, tackle and tickle.
You can hit me as hard as you want. Don't tickle me. How are you, lads? Anyway, bit about me to start, isn't it?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we sharing when we wet ourselves stories here or what?
If you want, can do. Can anyone else
Yeah,
make me
Duggo might have just overshared a bit.
make me feel better about myself?
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That one?
yeah,
I remember you telling me about that.
yeah. Pa got me yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
More the shoe guy.
Got a bit carried away there.
More on licorice though, like being Danish, man. The licorice is
Is it a delicacy over there?
There's licorice everywhere, man.
Ah,
Yeah.
why? Just a thing over
I don't know.
there.
It's just everyone there likes licorice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can get licorice with like they got like pepper in them as well.
Right.
So yeah, so when you first, it's like these suck lollies, right? So you chuck them in, they're dusted with this pepper stuff first. That goes away, and then once you sat on the lolly for long enough, then you just get that tiny crack in it, and then boosh, out comes all this really hot stuff. It's awesome.
Really? Right.
And they actually put them in bowls of vodka and make their own drinks out of it.
Ah,
So you get this licorice sort of
like
shot
a
drink.
Sambuca sort of style.
Yeah, very, very popular there.
Got a couple of other stories on the Sambuca. We might leave for another time. It's bad stuff. Why don't we get on the radar?
On the radar,
Jaden,
Sambuca.
this is over. Yeah. I actually don't need to go near that for a couple of years.
Well,
Mine's Jägermeister
Is it?
and Red Bull.
Like that's what you like, or that's what gets you? Like you don't.
No, it
haunts you?
sounds like it'll be a similar story to what
Okay.
you might have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't my fault.
I broke a shovel pogo sticking on it.
You broke the shovel.
Well, I use the shovel as a pogo stick.
Oh, sorry. I thought you jumped on a shovel with the pogo stick and broke it. I was like, why did you try that? Come and whack you in the face.
I could see that happening.
That's a bit jackass, isn't it?
You're a madman.
No, I didn't do that.
Loose unit, Ronny.
You're on the.
unicycle. What about that?
You'd be able to ride a unicycle.
No, probably not.
I reckon you could. All right, let's go on the radar quickly. Let's get this back
Sorry,
on
just
track.
after your catching skills as well, Doug, I don't think you'd be able to.
Oh, righto, mate.
No, you can't.
No one else needed to hear about that.
Everyone needs to know about it, mate.
Can we start a footy team with his catching skills and my kicking skills?
I'd like to see you kick a footy, maybe not a sleeping bag. You might be all right.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Hey, that was a bag of toilet paper, mate.
You know what we should aspire to do? Create another game at that oval.
Like an actual game.
Like do the same, because you've read up about the game that they played there. Did I tell you about that? The reason that oval that you went to on the gun barrel was why that was there, was to bring the community back together, sort of thing, for a game of footy out in the back on country. Yeah,
No, I don't think you. No,
I didn't share that.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, you did.
I did.
You
Yeah,
did.
you did.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
I
pretty
just
sure you
can't
did.
remember
But anyway,
I feel like you did.
I don't want to. We're not
Anyway,
if you're planning to do that, but I reckon it'd be great. Yeah, you're going to have
That'd be
trouble
cool.
bringing this up, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
that. We're looking at a white screen.
Internet has been terrible.
Yeah,
here.
I'm struggling.
Are you struggling?
Yeah,
Oh,
I tried
really?
before to see what it was. That's why I threw it to you, because
No,
I
it's
don't
really
know
bad.
what it is.
It's really, really bad. Anyway, so this was on my scrolls on the radar, by
Yep.
the way. That's where we are now.
Oh,
P-Plater lost his Subaru Forester after he made a wrong turn. So he was going down a track, made a wrong turn, ended up in a national park.
oh,
We're going to put this up for people to see on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put it up. Hopefully it loads. Here we are.
was he drinking Great Northern?
Oh, let's not talk about that. Let's not go anywhere near that. Hey, stay away from that. Jesus. Yeah, so he was going through a national park, made a wrong turn into, I think it was private property, ended up on this hectic four-wheel drive track. And I'll show you boys the photos. This is the track here.
It's a fair washout.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a fair washout. So
This
he's
is
ended up there
washout.
on top of the hill. Apparently he's looked down and tried to reverse, but didn't have the grip or the traction to go backwards. So his only option was to go forward. He's tried to go forward and he has got stuck, severely stuck.
I can see that predicament. You know, like if you can't reverse from there. Yeah.
Where is this?
It's a great question.
Melbourne, was it?
Yeah. Victoria, Bendigo Regional
Oh,
Park.
righto.
And big shout out to Edge 24/7 Recovery for going in there and actually getting the car out.
How
Because
damaged was the
that
car?
was left overnight. Well, I mean, you can see there. So they've actually, this was on Edge 24/7 Recovery's TikTok page, and they had to pull the car out sideways. So you can see the double straps on the front,
Yeah.
and they've had to pull it out sideways
Wow.
just to get it out because they couldn't pull it down.
Okay, and they couldn't pull it back?
Nah, they couldn't pull it back. So that was the only option.
Yeah, that would have been pretty scary in that car, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this from Ben, who owns Edge 24/7 Recovery. He said out from the top there, it probably doesn't look that bad, but as soon as you go around the corner, it just opens up and the ground turns into mountainous caverns.
Wow.
This is a pretty hectic track. Like, it's just a big
Yeah.
cavern.
And just keep in mind as well, while you're looking at that, it is so hard to show how steep it is on camera, and that looks,
That looks steep
Pretty
even
steep.
on camera.
yes.
Yeah.
So it means it's fucking steep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, massive shout out to Ben and Edge 24/7 Recovery, like for actually getting that vehicle down.
How's that quote? I'm impressed he made it that far.
Yeah. Hell of a track. And in a Forester as well, mate.
Yeah.
Those things go anywhere.
I'm not sure he would have
Except for
had
that.
much choice at some point.
Yeah, no, you just have to keep going, don't you?
The Foresters really go everywhere.
No, well, come on. People try and take them everywhere, don't they?
Yeah.
I've seen a Forester in places that there should not be a Forester.
I've seen a Forester drop side steps in that, you know, that bit at
Yeah.
Mundaring where you lift the wheels.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
People
was
who own
determined.
Foresters are just a different breed of people. They'll take them anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They
in a good
are-
way.
Yeah,
like,
in a good way. Like
they're
that is
mad.
that is just mad. That is just mad.
Not. You don't want to be known as too mad, but you want to have a bit of go in
Yeah.
you.
I w-
I'm
So-
the other way. I'm a very safe full driver.
Use them as a rally car there.
I don't know what recovery vehicle Ben has, but it's blue. I want you boys to just try and guess the nickname. Guess what they've called that blue. It's like a blue
like
short
Suzuki?
wheelbase Suzuki Swift Jimny type thing. I don't actually know what it is, so I could be well off with that.
Okay.
But it's like
Can you
it's
pull
a
it up
small,
on the screen?
I can't.
It was there. I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, it was there.
It was there. Well, it was in the video.
What do they call it? Oh,
If it's-
Zugzilla?
If it's a Suzuki,
The main thing is it's blue with like a
Bluky.
Smurf.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I
I
can't
was
see
with you
why.
on the blue.
I see why you were saying
Yeah, you can see it there.
it's blue. It's blue. It's blue.
What do you got? Vitara?
Well, I can't see anything from where
It looks like one of those
Definitely
toy
not a
cars Ronny
Jimny.
brought in yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, not yesterday. When was that? Last week.
Fuck, mate. It's
that a-
tough. I'll tell you that. It's tough.
That could be a remote control car from where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's just because of the
remote
distance.
control
It's
to
'cause of
me
the
as well.
distance, that's all. That is,
Hey,
yeah,
Sorry,
tough though.
that is a tough little unit. It's smaller than the Forester and it's recovering it.
Yeah, I know.
Another little on the radar thing that came up
This isn't on the
a
run
day
sheet.
or two ago, not on the run sheet, is
Doesn't matter for me.
yeah, it doesn't matter to you. So it could be Harry's latest video, Fire to Fork, Harry Fisher.
Mr. Harry.
Yeah, we like Harry.
No more at this time of year anyway. He can't cook. You know how he had his spots and he would do his research and make sure it was all safe and okay to cook on a fire.
But he's very specific where he goes.
Very specific where he goes.
He does
Yep.
have allowance
Yep.
at these spots.
Yes, and
Not like special allowance, like you can actually.
it's okay in this on a private property or whatever it might be.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we talked to Harry about this when we
about
interviewed him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so if you haven't heard that, go check that out.
so meticulous.
It's a good interview.
Great segue.
Good chat.
But he now has found out through a viewer of his that he can't. The places that he's been using through the hotter months, he actually can't cook on fire anymore. They've changed the rules and regulations on it, and he actually has a really honest chat on his channel.
Okay.
It's only a short video, but just about what it means for him and his channel.
Is it temporary though? Like, because this year's really dry?
I
or is it-
believe now, I don't know this for sure. Might have to go and watch it, but the way I took it was like this time of year, like the hotter months, potentially. If it's changed even through the winter months, I'd be very surprised. But that would mean big things, I suppose, for Harry and the way he's got to go about things. But
it won't change in winter months because they need to do burn-offs and stuff.
I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, but but I'm also like, is it just because this year it's so dry
Yeah.
that
Has been tough,
will
hasn't
they put it back to what it was the year after?
Yeah.
Or is this like a permanent change?
Not too sure. But anyway, he was made aware by one of his viewers, and Harry, I think, gets that. Like, you can't cook on fire there. You shouldn't be doing that. He gets that a bit, that he says. But this guy, he read it, and the guy wrote it really nicely. It was well worded, and so it caught his attention. And then he's gone and reviewed it all, and it's on. Like, it's been been mandated. So it's like,
So what's he going to be now? Like
well, he said he's going
induction to fork? Or-
Yeah,
Gas
that's
to
what
fork?
that's what he said. He's like, I'm going to have to change, like, because he's created a lifestyle around cooking on fire, and people have loved it. He's written 2 books on it.
He'll just have to move to the Kimberley. He'll be fine up there.
Yeah, well, he's been there before, but it's an interesting video. And if you have, I suppose, been, just be careful. Check the websites of the shires and councils that you're in.
Harry, time to use green screen, mate. Cook on green screen. You won't burn your hands.
I don't
And
think
you won't drop your food on the floor.
I don't
Actually,
think
you must.
Harry's viewers would be very happy with Harry and the green screen.
Green screen fork doesn't have the same ring.
Green
to it,
screen to
does it?
fork. Yeah. Anyway,
just
go check out that little
personal
video. Yeah. Tough dog tip of the week.
Actually, Ronnie, do you have on the radar?
Oh, yeah, I do actually.
Just
Hey.
noticed that you what?
Oh no, I meant to be running this show.
Yeah, you should be, but you're missing stuff, mate. So I had to step in, didn't I?
Sorry.
Bloody
No
hell.
one let me see this before.
Yeah, come on. You should have known it was there. So you're just doing it out of
Oh,
spite.
I can see
are
it
ya?
now.
Well,
Wow.
what is it, Duggo? Give us a rundown, mate.
It looks like a little hardcore coffee machine. Plug and play, 12 volt. Wow.
12 volt. And like I left it at home, so I didn't bring it. But 2 days ago, I took an air fryer out a 12-volt air fryer. I'm not fucking kidding. And
reckons he's not a caravaner.
I put
Getting that
it was
way.
in a 76.
Oh,
man.
he's a big caravan
And
guy.
I had to take both the kids with me because my youngest daughter, both me and my wife, we were under the impression she was going to go to school on the Monday. We completely balls it up. So we had her ready for school and everything.
Oh, it didn't start back.
No. So just before I was going to leave home, I got a text saying, "Oh, it's not till Wednesday." And I was like, "Oh, shit. Now I've got to take both kids with me out to the bush. It's 38 degrees and I'm filming with Chris." So I was like, "I'll grab the air fryer and we'll cook some chicken and chips while we're out there."
That works.
Everyone loves hot food, middle of the day.
How'd you power the air fryer?
12 volt.
12 volt.
12 volt. I
What?
don't have an inverter. 12
Left the
volt.
car running.
No, without the car running, just to see how much it'll draw. It's so the battery I have is 135 amp hours. It went from 94% down to 81 by the time it took to cook it. It does take a bit longer. So what might take 20 minutes takes 30 minutes. Yeah.
Righto. That's not too bad.
So
Not bad at all.
At least I didn't know there was an option for something like an air fryer. I thought that would draw way too much.
yeah, well, it's cooking it at a slightly less heat,
Right.
but it still does it.
Still thought, yeah.
Yeah. So I've actually got a whole bunch of stuff.
So what was the coffee like?
Well, I haven't even tried this yet.
Ah, right.
I was thought, you know what, this would be pretty funny. I'll just bring this in.
It's
12-volt coffee machine.
Is it in there?
Yeah, yeah.
It's in the box?
I haven't even opened the box yet.
Is it all from Hardcore?
Yeah. They've got like this 12-volt. I think it's so cool. They've got a 12-volt range, which means you don't need an inverter.
That's a great on the radar.
Yeah.
And you almost skipped past it.
I did.
Yeah,
I wanted to.
I forgot about it. I was just spontaneous anyway.
There you
Yeah.
go. It's in the wrap though.
Wow.
Look at that.
But it is Anderson plug.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I'm
well.
assuming that the fuse will be quiet.
I feel like Anderson
Big.
plugs are the way to go
fuse.
anyway.
40 amps
Yeah.
on this one. So I have
And
to
do you know if it can take like any old coffee pod?
Well, it looks like an espresso one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Genuinely in the packages, people.
Yeah, I haven't even tried it. I'll tell you what.
You wouldn't give it away.
If we no,
You were
I'll
right.
try
Duggo.
it.
The old Ronnie would.
The old Ronnie would have done it.
I'll test it. Well, I want to use it.
We know he
first.
loves a challenge.
Old Ronnie would have done it.
So the only thing that I think is not that good from that whole 12-volt range, because there's even a George Foreman, man. I'm not
Really?
kidding. Yeah, sandwich maker.
I love that you called it a George Foreman. That's fantastic.
And they got this
He was
oven.
a boxer. Put some respect.
They've got an oven it's 30. It draws 30 amps. So like your other oven, the what are they called? Travel Buddy.
Yeah, Travel
Oh,
Buddy.
yeah,
The
yeah,
mini
yeah.
Travel
Yeah,
Travel
and
Buddy
then
12 volt.
I think heaps of people do them now.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. They all do about 20 amps.
Right.
So apparently this 30 amp it's bigger as well. You'll be able to do a decent sized roast. Yeah.
There you go. Would have been handy on the nullable.
Interesting. Yeah, a bit of, well,
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of which, without saying what we were planning on doing, let's
Yeah.
someone have it in there fryer.
How much hardcore
Coffee
stuff can we
machine.
pack into the cars?
It's cool. So I reckon heaps of other people are going to start
couple
doing
of
this as
spare
well.
batteries.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
While you're running the car, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've got so many inputs in that battery thing as well. I could just unplug all the other things that I don't need to have,
Yeah,
and then
that
just
time. And
Just while you're actually not running the car.
yeah. While you're not running, like in the morning, you want to do hash browns or something. That'd be cool. Because in a fry pan, man, you got to use so much oil, otherwise you burn the shit out of them.
How good is the Travel Buddy?
The Travel Buddy is bloody good if you allow it to slow cook. So
it's more of a slow cooking type thing. You put a roast in the morning and then drive 12
Yeah.
hours and it's ready.
Yep. Now, on tag-alongs, I was exposed to a lot of those nice smells coming from people's cars and stuff. And I'll literally just slow cook this roast all the way from the start of the morning till I get to camp, and this thing's just falling apart. I used to go around and check on everyone and get a little bit of food from
What's that
here
taste
and
like?
there. And yeah.
Oh, wow, that looks good.
often
You know who's-
they want you to try it, because I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I'm going to go cook my sausages now.
you know who's unreal at it? Oh, what does that taste like? Well, you're going to finish that? Hamish Brayshaw.
Yeah.
He is, Hammer, who hosts,
It makes
host
sense.
on this platform.
Did you see him eat Drasco's hot chicken?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
You've got to try that still.
Yeah.
You need to come to Drasco's.
Drasco's.
Hang on, didn't you lose a challenge?
I did actually. I'm actually owed a chili.
You're
my
owed a
God.
chili, and
Yeah.
I actually
Can we Uber Eats one?
we're gonna post change it. You got to eat at Drasco's hot chicken.
Not that death one.
Yeah.
I'll eat it with you. Let's do it.
Did you know that they did? Sorry, this is not full drive at all. They've got a new one, 3.2 or 3.3 million
Yeah, it
Scoville.
scared me.
Oh shit! Hang on. What do I buy into here?
Yeah, like it's off the menu stuff.
It's off the menu. World's hottest chicken, like world's hottest.
I'm not doing that.
hot chicken.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing a good bit of chicken.
Yeah. Should get
I'll just
Jono.
give me the chili. I'll just eat that.
Should get Jono in just to get like that. Not like
Oh,
it's a bit warm.
Yeah.
that reminds
Yeah.
me. We got to send just to hope everyone's okay up there in Queensland with the floods going on at the moment, because they are. I don't know if
Oh, that's
you've
hectic.
seen much of that. That is
Yeah.
hectic. I should have mentioned that at the start.
really
I apologise. So,
I am completely blind to this one.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh mate, there's floods. Like there's
Really?
unfortunately been a death. Last time I checked, yeah, some like bad floods in far north Queensland.
Yeah. England,
Rafa's okay. I checked in with Rafa. He's all right.
it's far north Queensland. That is.
He said it's a bit more Townsville, I believe. So anyone in the area or dealing with this at the moment, just as we're looking at some photos, that is just hard to fathom.
Was there a cyclone or something up there? Or?
I this must have just copped heavy rains and
Yeah.
and it's So
Oh.
thoughts go out to everyone up there. Hopefully everyone's staying safe and dry, because
Yeah.
that's pretty horrible.
Record breaking.
But yeah, right. They've
Oh,
had
wow.
It's terrible. It's not great. Not
Yeah.
great. Obviously.
Yeah, I haven't seen much at all. I have to have a look. Then.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thoughts go out to you guys up there.
Yep.
Seems to flood a lot over there on the east coast.
Yeah, and it's,
They've
it's
had
just
their
getting
fair
worse,
share of
isn't
them
it?
up
You know,
that
you got
way.
the LA fires this year. You got the floods up in Queensland. We had the fires. What? 2020.
Fires over east, fires in Victoria over New Year's, Christmas. They took out a fair bit of land.
Not great.
Anyway, thoughts go out to those in far north Queensland at the moment. Tough dog tip of the week, Ronnie. Have you got one for us off the top of your head? Because just so everyone knows, this Ronnie, we don't prepare Ronnie for these, nor does he.
Even though they're every
He's
week.
time poor. Yeah. But so
Doesn't
we asked him,
change.
like, mate, do you want to prepare for these? He said, no, I'll have a tip every
I always
week.
have tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So tough dog tip of the week. When you go traveling, and it doesn't matter even if it's just a day trip, if you're by yourself, for goodness sake, do not travel without any recovery gear.
Well tied in.
You know, and I'm talking about just the simplest stuff. You know, the simplest stuff. Just bring it, because even if you have a snatch strap, but you're by yourself, if that's all you have, someone could
Someone
pull
will
you
come
out.
along.
And bring the correct connections, because if you need help, at least you have
You've
the
got it.
hardware. You can go, hey, look, I really appreciate you helping me, but can we use this, because it's just a far safer method of recovering rather than using your toe ball or something, you know? Because it's not just about if the toe ball is going to come off, it's also the strap could swing off the toe ball or something and come back, and a strap can actually do a lot of damage.
Yep.
A lot of damage. I lost a GoPro and 2.5 mannequins to a snatch strap.
Yeah, right. Was that on your latest video, some of those clips? It was, wasn't it? Yeah. That's where I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
What about that one where it takes out that little kid mannequin's head?
Oh, the child. Yeah. So the toe ball misses its head just.
Right.
But the strap takes
Oh,
out.
that was the strap.
Yeah, that was the strap. Bang.
Because
You
that,
know?
yeah, obliterated.
And
Good tip,
and-
that, actually.
Yeah, and those mannequins are actually the child mannequins are in one piece, the torso, and it was actually broken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's better than last week's. Don't drink milkshakes in cars.
Hey, last week was a double one.
Yeah. Last week was a bit of a touchy subject for you.
It was
say that.
my vent
For us.
But tough dog tip of the week, never go out without the basic
Yeah,
recovery
look,
gear,
just-
especially if you're going on a
Yeah.
you know, if you're going on sand or a bit of, you know, there's going to be a bit of dirt or mud or whatever.
Yeah, or just don't
You
travel
just never
solo
know,
without
like,
recovery gear.
You just never know.
Common sense,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Look,
Poor Chris.
No, common sense is not that common.
it all happened. Like, yeah, but we all
Say
make
that again, mate.
We all make
Say it again.
mistakes as well. You know. Oh, yeah. I've been out before, and then I've realised, oh shit, my you know, all my tools to change my tyres, because I pulled it out because I had to clean something, I didn't put it back in.
Yeah.
And I'm out here on my own, you know. Yeah, even if I'm on the highway on the way home, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing to go, can I please borrow your jack? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to have the basic shit with you.
Yep.
Because when you least expect it, that's when it happens.
Yep.
Easy to forget things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Duggo,
Beautiful.
forgetting on the radar.
Yes. You can slip people's minds, that's for sure.
You can keep bringing
Happens
that
to
up
the
throughout
best
the
of us.
episode.
Happens to the best of us.
And the worst. Thanks, mate.
And here I am wondering what the tip will be next time.
He's already thinking about it. There we go. We've got him in a rhythm.
Good.
Ultimate four-wheel drive. We're getting into it. Jesse Rose is the fella, or I'm going to say the fella, that wrote this in. 2022 Isuzu D-Max dual cab LSU model. Approximately 70 to 75K was his spending budget. Will be more once it gets a tray and a canopy set up. Geez, they're expensive, the D-Maxes. Plus all the,
so are the Rangers.
They all are.
We'll find out.
So
There's
are
a
the
bit of stuff on here.
Hiluxes.
Yeah. Purpose around
So are the
town,
Sanyons.
touring with light and moderate four-wheel driving. The three things he loves: the Isuzu brand. Found his love for the D-Max through work. Work ute was
Oh, I guess the test drive through work. That's pretty
and
handy.
kept going. So he likes the Isuzu brand. The rear setup, it's let me get out and exploring with his partner and son. Bull bar side rails, they have saved him multiple times from damage from roofs and car park damage. See,
Yes.
the investment, the insurance.
Yep. That's why I've got them.
I like it. Three things he doesn't like: the tub. Finds the tub restricting in what he can and can't put in, and also accessing the stuff he puts in it. So he's got the canopy on the back too, and I did find that with the fiberglass canopy. Very restrictive on access points.
I did like your setup though.
The way
You
it
could
looked.
open all
Oh,
windows.
sorry. Yeah, the tart one. Yeah, that was good. That's why I did that.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
The tart one was.
tart
I
one
like
was
that,
great.
yeah.
The fiberglass one, that was a pain.
You have to really be smart about how you pack a fiberglass one.
Yeah, and you got to be. I think you got to be really careful of the choice too, and do all your. I didn't know what I needed at the time, and it was a great quality fiberglass canopy, but I just didn't. It didn't have the. Like it didn't suit my needs.
Okay.
So, anyway, that's what maybe Jesse's found. So,
But with like a tub, it's a great place to. There's all these places you can't really get your hands in anyway, right? It's a great place to mount your compressor.
Yeah.
Mount water pump if you
tank.
got one. Mount slimline battery.
Yeah.
You know, so many things that take up real estate elsewhere that you could put in there.
yeah, either side of the wheel arches is a good one. Number 2, steering knuckle. Sadly, my D-Max has been affected by the steering knuckle issue that causes the tyre to wear on one side of both front tyres.
So that's the thing with the Isuzu, eh?
Must be, yeah. I didn't know that. And that's the third point that he doesn't like. Wasn't able to put the protection film on it before going bush as it has some war wounds.
Ooh.
Ronny.
Might polish out though.
What he's left us with, further comments: forgive the mess in the back of the ute as he's moving. No worries, Jesse, that's fine, mate. Has 46,000 Ks on the clock. 12-volt system is a 40-amp red arc DC-DC with a 200-amp-hour King's battery with a 200-watt red arc solar panel. The DC-DC charger brought second-hand off
Can we
a
flick through
friend
the photos?
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
we'll flick through them.
and upgraded to the Red Vision. So, question for Ronny, actually, in here. From Jesse, I'm looking at upgrading my suspension. Come to the right place, talking about it at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
What brand of suspension would you recommend in your opinion? Remote res or your normal shock? I'm planning on doing a couple of trips to Burketown for fishing and going a Cape trip. I plan on keeping to the dirt where I can and proper explore.
Yeah, it's a good question. I I used to be hellbent on the remote res shock, and I still would if I know that vehicle's going to do like significant amount of desert travel, things like that. So on my 76, I didn't go remote res because I didn't know how long I was going to have it for. I needed something in it real quick. So, but do I wish I had it now? Probably will need it after I do the canning stock route. However, 30,000 Ks, monotube shock, which means it doesn't have the cooling reserve tank. It's fine, absolutely fine. I've had both before, and yeah, what I would say is, if you have adjustable suspension, don't fuck around with it. Just leave it at a setting that works for you. I had them for ages. I didn't want to adjust them. Then I got talked into adjusting them, and what a freaking headache. I could never get it back to where it drove really well. And I just shake my head when I see people, oh, I'm going to sand now, so I'm going to get underneath and I'm going to adjust, blah, 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 blah. It's a bit like adjusting your tire pressure like down to the PSI for every single terrain, every single time you do something. But the terrain keeps changing. So you find your overall balance and then you stick to it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say with suspension. Save your money, go monotube, unless you're going to do a lot of corrugation, because that's where it becomes effective. It cools it down and keeps your shocks usable for longer.
So would somewhere like the Cape be a place where it might be required?
I haven't.
Burketown's pretty remote
yet
too.
To do the Cape, but I would imagine there'll be a lot of corrugations there. But also reckon it'll be graded a lot too. So,
yeah. And his main purpose is, around town touring with light to moderate forward driving. So
I reckon monotube. You can always go nitro gas, which tends to keep them cooler.
Yep.
And if you end up doing a lot of it, you'll just have to replace them again, but they're a lot cheaper than remote res.
Yeah. I like Jesse's approach of leaving a question in,
that is cool.
in for us, probably for Ronnie, fair enough. But like just to, because for people listening, it's probably hard to explain, but then they get something out of it too,
Yeah.
I was just thinking like, question for Ronnie. Hey, how do I make my forward drive do forward drive?
Yeah.
Got a question for Duggo. How do I kick a footy straight?
Yeah, can't tell you.
Yeah.
We've got more photos of Jesse's rig
We
here.
do. Let's have a look.
Yeah, sweet. Blue.
I'd also just want to add to that suspension question as well. Just make sure you get all the components that you need, and you should be able to sort that steering issue you have with the tyre wear as well. So you definitely want to be looking at the upper control arm and anything like that could possibly help mitigate or eliminate that issue that you have. That'll be the other thing.
It's a clean maxi.
Yeah.
Real clean.
I can't see any scratches,
No.
but I'm sure they're there. He's gone for the angles.
You got some war wounds. Oh, it's good setup in the back.
That's a decent size angle for his
Not
show.
messy at all either, Jesse. That's fine.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Mine's pretty messy.
Yeah, that's not that messy.
I'm not always carrying around air fryers and coffee machines, mate.
That's a fridge slide, but what's underneath it? Is it like
Table, I reckon.
Table.
Oh, yeah. Great spot for a table. You got the drawer on that side. See,
So he's got stuff down the wing kit there.
Yeah. So down that wing kit, that's where you can put all that stuff.
Yeah.
Couple of fishing rods just thrown in the back.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, he's off to Burketown and Cape for some
Off
fishing.
it. Beautiful.
Nice car. I
Nice
like
car. And you can access it from everywhere.
Yeah. And it looks like it's quite versatile even with that drawer in there, so can have your stuff in you normally have and just throw whatever you want on top. I'm wondering if he uses boxes, because the boxes will work perfectly there.
it. Yeah.
Boxes would be really good there.
Only thing about the boxes is they probably won't fit through those windows.
No, but you can just slide them in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on top of that carpet.
Put the stuff down the back you don't really need.
Yeah. I know.
And you could you can lift up those and reach into the boxes.
Yeah, you
Good
could strap
point.
a bag on top of the box.
That's a great point, Jaden. Well done.
Not just a voice, mate.
No.
That's the funny thing with setup, isn't it? Like,
That's the canopy I had just for knowledge and
they are
one of
ASM.
those windows when I bought mine anyway, which was a fair while ago now, didn't open. It just cracked at the back that far.
oh.
So there was no access whatsoever on one side.
Oh, you know what? They actually could be that as well. Because you look on the outside, they don't look like they have any handles or anything.
Look like they're
Any way
slidies.
to open it.
No, they've got a button. They've got a really nice little button tucked away
button.
on the outside of the canopy to open one side,
Oh, really?
the other side. But that one actually looks like it might open
Yeah, it
both
is
sides.
open.
It's got the gas
open.
struts.
It's got gas struts open.
Yeah.
So is the other one.
So that maybe
Well,
they've
one's
changed it
closed.
because the Ascent,
Is it?
and I couldn't, or maybe
the
that's
gas
just,
struts on the right are closed.
yeah, but that looks like it comes all the way out.
On the left,
On the
I
left
thought
looks
I
open.
thought it was open on the right and
No,
closed on the
they both
Yep.
might be closed.
Oh, maybe the left one is the one.
I think they're both closed,
Apparently, you
actually.
didn't have a choice back then because I asked to have the windows changed.
Oh, yeah. So I used to have a similar canopy, just a way cheaper version of that one, like a shitty one, on my silver Hilux. And the rear lock on it had central locking, which was great, but useless loop road just killed it. And I had to leave a key in the back of it so I could open it.
Yeah, right.
It's just self-lock, you know.
I locked my keys in there one day, and the car was locked.
Yeah, I did that in my Cruiser as well.
And then the canopy locked.
Did it in the back. Had to go through. I left them in the back and closed the doors and locked everything. And on the 76, you know how you can like get the rear windows that wrap slightly around? You can kind of pull them open a little bit.
Oh.
Pulled them open a little bit, had a coat hanger, and just went fishing for it. Took 45 minutes with all my mates' help just to get it out. And it was literally just like hooking around the little O-ring on the key and trying to get it, and it would just not go. It was painful. It was painful.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it was.
45 minutes. So I bet
Got it,
everyone was
though.
like, yeah, when he got it.
Oh, mate, when it got it, it was because we called RAC and we're like, hey, can you come out? And they couldn't come out for ages. I think it was the next day or the next couple of days because we were out. We were down south.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was hectic.
So lucky you didn't get too excited and you dropped them again.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Yes. Oh,
So settle down there, boys.
it's further away.
Settle down.
Actually, we got them. We got them up, pulling them towards it, and then they fell off and they were like further down. And I couldn't. I was like,
Oh, no way.
but we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. Sorry, boys. Just completely
No, that's good.
got that.
All right. Jesse, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
shit.
Yeah.
Is that
Maybe-
the first blue one?
Wonder, any advice for Jesse just quickly on the tyres? Did he mention anything about that in there?
The tyre wear.
His tyres?
Oh, because they were stock.
Yeah, if he's going to head up the Cape.
Yeah, again, I think a lot
You
of
haven't
people
done
tow
it, but-
caravans and stuff up that road, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, unless he's on the teletrack.
Yeah.
Are they highways?
They look like highways, yeah. Yeah, highways. And they might say on the side they're off road, but nah.
That might be the only thing that may,
Yeah,
if you want to do some
just change
more of medium to hard stuff, you probably want to
just something,
potentially try and
something
get
with
some
a decent amount of
tyres
plies
on
in
it.
it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
If you like this fuel economy, stick to the side.
Yeah. Now, just quickly,
All
Ronny,
trains aren't too bad.
want to...
Yeah, but like if you make them bigger.
You blokes right today.
Sorry, mate.
Trying to move things on here and you just keep going over the top.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. Sorry, Captain.
No. Sorry, Captain. Sorry, Captain. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I'm actually hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah, no. Go.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry.
Go on.
I'm pretty
I got
hungry.
you want a protein bar? And a coffee?
Yeah. You still got that air fryer in the back? I wouldn't mind some
Do you
chicken
want
and
a
chips.
Nando's, mate?
Oh, I've just seen something on here. There's a massive stitch up.
Is there? For who?
What is it?
I don't know who's going to read it. Look at the number 2 question.
Oh, I
For
can't-
around the fire pit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You don't have to say it.
Do you know what? I don't even think we need to talk about the topic today.
What topic?
It's we got 5 voice messages, so I know
We
they're
have a
going to
lot of
take
voice
like an
messages.
hour.
We have a lot of voice messages.
And literally, the recovery is tips and tricks that you should know forward driving, and I think, tips and tricks and things you should carry whilst forward driving, which we touched on a little bit already, the basic stuff.
Oh.
But your video ties in really nicely, so I think going
Okay.
to your video from Sunday prior to this release.
Did my tip just ruin your plan?
Well, you sort of covered a bit of the stuff that.
Yeah, no, you've ruined everything, mate.
But we've also been saved with 5 voice messages, so
Yeah.
I don't know if we just head
No,
to
that's right. No. If you wanna learn more about recovery and what to do and what not to do, you can
we
check
have
out
some more
our
detail.
earlier podcast
There's
on
been a
it,
couple.
or you can go to Ronny Dale's YouTube channel and watch an actual educational video on it.
And it is very educational and it's quite entertaining. And I also, when I watched this video, I wanted to mention about Chris's willingness to share
Oh.
that story. And you
Yeah.
spoke about it at the start being potentially a little bit embarrassing when you find yourself in that situation. But Chris just championed about it. Like, he just admitted,
Yeah.
he probably
You're
made a
better off
bad
calling
call
it
there.
out, you know? Like,
But yeah, just getting in front of it. But That was great because it was actually, everyone learned a bit. And I loved the part about Chris just being like, saying he was quite desperate to get it out. It had been a few hours. It had been hot. People come along and he just wanted to get it out, and he sort of came to the realisation that he needed to put a stop to it. It was getting a little bit
too
out
many,
of control.
Too many chiefs,
And you sort of rushing to get it out. You just get frustrated and you want to get it there. But I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked watching that video because
there was a clip I left out of it, which is pretty funny, and I kind of wish I left it in. So he goes through the whole process of what he's thinking at the time and all that. Now, there was a phone call that he did that I left out, and that phone call was to the guy who eventually pulled him out. And he gets off the phone, he goes to the camera, he goes, "Yeah, I call a recovery guy, and he quoted me some ridiculous price," and I was like, "I'll dig it out myself." Then he went through all that and then ended up calling him anyway. And I had this thing kind of built up a bit where it would be like, to bring back to it, but it just got too confusing because it was phone calls and all that. Yeah. So I left it out, but I had such a big laugh about it because when I was going through all that footage, because I hadn't seen any of it, he just handed it to me. I was like, this is fucking hilarious because he literally called the guy who saved me in the end. He's like, nah, I'm not paying that.
Crawling back.
Yeah, went through all that and all that time.
That's so good.
That is pretty funny. That was so stuck.
Yeah,
That was so stuck.
Yeah, but he just got himself more stuck,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you would though, when you're by yourself and you end up like in that, how sort of everything slows down in those moments for you, where it's like it's almost like you're telling yourself for 10 minutes that you're cooked, but it took 2 seconds to get yourself in that position. Like imagine the thoughts going through Chris's head
when you're exhausted and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's obviously, and he said he'd been a few days filming too, and
yeah.
And
I totally get it. It was like when I had the kids with me and we followed this track, and this track just eventually disappeared, and it got to the point where I couldn't reverse anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was all grown in, man. Like,
yeah.
And it was so hot, and I was worried that if I don't know, something happened to me, how are the kids going to get out of here? Because, they could drive, but how are they going to drive through that? So I ended up just plowing through the bush, and I thought, as soon as I stake a tyre, I'll get back out and cut it again. But I could have easily staked the tyre and got myself into more shit,
Yeah.
So, we all, when you're in those situations, it's very easy to sort of judge from the outside. But it's great, as you said, that he's,
Yeah,
because then people can see it, and then if they end up in that situation, they're like, "Oh, you know what? I remember seeing this thing where it's like, I'm actually going to just take a moment here and just think about this." Yeah.
Unless the tide's running in, but even then, you probably need to just take your time.
Yeah. If you rush those things, someone could easily run in front of the car.
Yeah.
Often people have kids with them as well. Yeah. You gotta freaking know where all those kids are.
Yeah, there's some lessons in it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And like when there's so much going on, it's almost there's so much going on. There's only so much you can keep an eye on at the same time, and people are relying on other people that they'll probably know what they're doing there or whatever, and and you guys probably seen it too. Like you see those recoveries where someone snatches someone out and then the car behind just keeps reversing and then bang.
Yeah,
I've seen that at Lancelin before too.
Yeah, I have seen that actually. Not I haven't seen it like live, but I've seen videos of that.
Yeah, I saw it live once and everyone was yelling, but the guy couldn't hear it.
Classic. Should we get to some voice messages?
Yeah, let's do it. Around the phone.
Hi, it's Anthony here from the Getting Up There podcast. Love the show.
Oh, where was he from? Sorry,
Getting Up There
podcast. A lot of episodes out there and giving great content for all of us to listen to for free. My question to you is, when planning to buy a four-wheel drive, especially if you haven't had kids and you're looking at having kids, do you guys factor in airbags for the rear? I definitely did. I nearly bought an MROC, and because the particular model did not have rear airbags, it was a definite no for me, since why I went the Prado, because it has a proper setup at the rear for airbags when in the case of an emergency. My question to you is, would you consider looking at the airbags and safety sideds of a vehicle prior purchasing? I just don't think the 79 is probably suited for that case. I am one who always wanted one, or a 79 or a 76, but due to that situation, I may hold off. So Is it an important fact to you guys? Let us know. Thank you.
Duggo, do you want to hit this one up?
Well,
mate?
I just want to start with you're a better man than I, Anthony.
You said it well, because I mean, I've even got 2 kids and I haven't even thought about that.
It's something that I got asked in the process by my wife.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it does not have very many safety features.
No,
like,
not at all.
And but I assured her that I would drive safely. So no, Anthony, I considered it definitely, but it didn't affect my decision whatsoever. And I just own that because that's how it is.
Yeah. Look, I haven't even put any thought to it, even though Harry was talking to me about why he wouldn't get one of those cars is because it doesn't have those safety features. But he also had a close friend of his die in an 80 series, and that's why he got rid of his 80 series. So, yeah, I honestly haven't even put thought to that. The only thing I have put forward to was on the 79, having that strong, like, Luke from On Track Fab, like I spoke to him about it, like having a strong headboard behind that cab is very important to me because if the car does tip over, that's the safest part is actually in the back.
Yeah.
So, when you do upgrade your tray, if you are, just, made that headboard
something to think about,
strong as fuck.
I think I think that Anthony's making that decision is a great call.
Yeah,
The only time you're going to need it is when you need it. Like that sounds silly, but
I know,
everyone knows what I mean. But
it's still like, I think, people think differently.
yeah,
I don't mind a bit of risk in life. I like to, just want to live life a bit as well. So I'm not saying he's doing the wrong thing. He's definitely doing the right thing, but he's definitely doing the right thing by what he wants.
Yeah,
what he wants to do, and how he thinks about things. For me, like I was really happy to have that 10-seater troopy because the kids love sitting sideways. They could sleep while they're driving. But the fact of the matter is, if we had an accident, it probably wouldn't have ended well.
Yeah.
So drive responsibly, but you can't always prevent things from happening, and that's how I'm thinking about it. It's like if I hop on a plane.
Yeah.
Plane goes down. I can't do anything about it. Yes, can I do something about buying a car that doesn't have airbags? Yeah, of course I can do something about it. But I can also do something about not buying a can of Coke or a can of Pepsi, each day. Or there's so many choices in life, and that's not one that goes past my mind clearly because
just keeps buying
70s.
Yep.
The only 70 series that has more than 2 airbags is actually the latest single cab to get it past the mines.
Oh, okay.
They got curtain airbags and but these vehicles still have a lot of steel in them. So if you were to hit a kangaroo, I would much rather hit wild animals. Obviously, I don't want to hit them, but if I'm going to hit something, I want to hit it in a 70 series or an Ineos Grenadier, something that has strong construction on the front of it, or like an 80 series or something like that, all patrol, because they will not budge. Modern day cars, they will budge. They're designed to crumble.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. So it depends, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually really scared to hit something with the Prado, even with a bull bar.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how it's going to sit on there.
Don't go and show us that one.
Yeah.
As in, like, you
I
just...
probably can't help it.
Yeah. I'm going to test this now.
No, well, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not going to hit something on purpose.
G'day, fellas.
G'day.
Love the podcast. Keep doing what you're doing. Just listening to Ron Dog crying over some spilt milk in a brand new Prado. I spilt crayfish brains and guts all over my car seats 2 summers ago. I still cannot get the smell out. Every summer, it's just a hot box. It's like an oven. It gets worse and worse. I've done bicarb soda. I've done carpet cleaner. I've vacuumed. I've mopped. I've done it steamed. The smell every summer just kicks in. You've got this atrocious off crayfish smell. It's... Anyways, keep it up, fellas. If you need a new producer, I can help you out with that too. I know the current one's a bit dodge.
I think it's all about you there, Duggo,
forward
because
drive,
you've taken over that role.
What's his name, Jaden?
That's from Yorak Hunt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yorak.
Yorak.
Who is that? Do you know Yorak?
Is he from...
I feel like he'd be a good host on this show.
He definitely
Yorak.
has a CU in the NT sticker on the back of his car, for sure.
Yeah, probably high potential for that.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
Tell us more about yourself, Yorak. I want to know.
Where do you come
I
from?
want to know who that is.
I've got two tips for this fella. One is sell your car in winter.
Yeah.
And the second one is you might have to call one of those people who clean up after bodies. They might be able to
professionals.
get your car smelling good again. That can surprisingly.
Have you
do
just
some
watched too
good
many
cleaning.
movies, or how do you know that?
Oh,
You just said those.
I've watched a few of those. You know those reality shows where I follow a business. They're really interesting.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
just listen to what you said? Though?
Yeah, Ron Dog.
Did I?
Sus from you, mate.
Ron Doc.
Ron Dog. Pretty sus from you, brother.
He said they surprisingly do a pretty good job.
Yeah. Know from experience.
Yeah.
Where have those boots gone, mate?
Hey fellas, Josh from Texas again. I appreciate the answer on my last question with the corrugations between the Grenadier and the 250. I guess in thinking about it more, the real question, just kind of I guess the backstory is, I currently have a 200 series, love it, and if I'm going to replace it here in America, we don't have a 300 series. I'm not going to do a Lexus LX. So my choices are either the quote-unquote Land Cruiser, which is the Prado here in the U.S., or the Grenadier. And so I guess the real question is, just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on the comparison in just quality, durability between the 200 series and the Prado or the Grenadier. I know the Grenadier is going to be heavier duty than the Prado, but just in terms of reliability and usage off-road, if I was ever going to replace my 200 series, which one would be the smarter choice in your opinion? And so that's really, I guess, the question when I thought more about it that I'm trying to answer. So I really do appreciate your input, and I appreciate you answering my last question, and I look forward to hearing your answer to this question. So thanks, guys. Keep it up, and talk to you soon.
Yeah, that's
What are you doing there, Duggo?
Thanks, Josh.
That's a really interesting one. So
Are you trying to get Wi-Fi? What
No.
are you doing?
I'm just filming so people can see what you actually do behind the desk there. Sorry, Josh. Jaden did not listen to a thing then.
I heard everything you said.
But first, yeah,
from Texas.
I'll answer the question. First of all, if I was going to, if I had to go out and buy a car to keep right now, with what I know, I would 250 versus the Grenadier. I'll probably go the Grenadier. If I'm comparing the Grenadier to the 200, not having too much experience with the 200, but if you are comparing it to the petrol one, which you likely would be because that's the version you get in America, then I would probably go to diesel. If you have a diesel option Grenadier, that's what I'll probably go as well. I just think the technology for this day and age that you get in the 200 is agricultural, I reckon, compared to what you get in the 250 and the 300. It's an interesting question because I would rather have a 250 than a 200 because to me they're kind of like a IFS car, a city car. I know the 200 is bigger, but it's sort of like that's my vibe when I get that car, and I'd rather have all the extra stuff that's in the 250 Prado. But when it comes to robustness, and that's where I'll probably go the solid axle Grenadier. Lockers front rear. I know that you would get a locker in the 200, but I'm pretty sure you don't get both front and rear. That's where I'll put it. Yeah, hopefully that helps you out.
Great answer.
Hopefully you can get the diesel over there, yeah. I wonder if they can.
Is diesel big in America? Is that a big thing?
So diesel is big in the bigger trucks over there.
Yeah.
So like I think F350, even like a 650. They
Yeah.
basically look like trucks.
They go up to like
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, 100,050.
But I think
100,000.
But I think the government has
Lot of
this
range.
thing in with the car dealers in America, like, part of that, let's keep it American kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that they have this thing that blocks the diesels from coming in. So that's why you won't get all the Land Cruisers that we get and things like that over there. Plus all the other Land Cruisers that are petrol, unless they're a Lexus sort of version that they can do a 200 with, that motor, the V8 motor, the petrol. All those other petrols, they're in other countries where they don't have these strict emission laws, like the UAE and that. And then you get South American countries buying them from the UAE to get those petrols. And they're still using a 4-litre petrol.
Yeah.
Similar motor. It's just more, refined than the one that we used to get here in the N70 Hilux.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bloody bulletproof motor, that one. I imagine it'll be pretty bloody bulletproof still now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we have such shit emissions here, man? It's just so restrictive here.
We're about to go down a rabbit hole there if we are.
I know.
But
just-
no.
G'day, boys.
Pause rant.
Love the pod. Love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Calling out of Perth, WA. I just got a couple questions. Currently have a 79 single cab, and it's got a tray, but it needs a canopy. I'm just running the old canvas canopy that it came with for the minute, but looking at getting into a half canopy. I was wondering if you guys have any recommendations on what sort of or half canopy or what manufacturer to go with. If there's any ones local to Perth, that'd be great. Also, I have a question if you guys have heard of the Trail Max roof racks. Thinking of running one of those as well. Any comments would be greatly appreciated. Keep up the great work, fellas. Cheers.
Trail Max.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh, I've seen those.
Oh, I've seen these too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought it was a different one. I have seen them, but I don't know much about them.
It's an interesting look.
It's a lot of...
I'm assuming all those slots are just...
Yeah, but there'll be mounting points.
Yeah,
But are those in-between bits, are they level with that? Is it like this?
It
Or
looks
is it
like
lower?
there's a bit of a...
It looks like there's a
dip.
ledge, yeah.
Okay.
Or a dip. Yeah, there's a bit of a dip.
It looks a bit Bunnings.
Ooh.
You know that shelving you buy from Bunnings?
Oh, okay.
It reminds me of that.
I don't mind it. I reckon it looks nice.
I think it looks nice and it looks quite easy to use.
It looks light as well.
Has it got a weight there on the...
That's probably... Yeah, but I don't think it'd be as light as what you think because there's so much structure there probably to make up for it. I don't know. I have no idea about this roof rack, so I can't really...
Yeah, I haven't heard...
I don't really...
heard
Whoa,
anything.
was that the
It's
price?
expensive.
2855 for the 79 series. Load capacity, dynamic
Is that
110,
on a-
static
Hang on.
320.
Did you say 79 series?
On the dual cab, though.
So that's
Oh,
a
single cab.
small.
That's small. Wow.
That's a small.
Maybe it must be made out of the best stuff.
16.5 kilos. Alloy.
Oh. That is fucking light.
Marine grade.
Oh, hang on.
Stainless steel.
Is that a
bolts.
single though? Was it a single?
Single. Yeah,
Oh,
single.
Yeah. Well, that's not that light then. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks good. It looks good. It's expensive, but it looks good.
You like that look there, Jaden?
I do. It's
Yeah.
well, like for that specific car, I like that look
I
because
think
you can build like that tough look around it because it's kind of a tough looking.
You reckon?
Well, it's very.
Is it
I don't know what
acquired
the right word.
taste?
It's not. Yeah, it's not modern. It's
No.
It's a bit rough.
Look, it does look very usable because there's so many freaking holes you can go into. But without but if that is
Oh, actually, maybe I don't like it.
2.5, 2.8 for that size. How much is a dual cab one?
Yeah. That actually no, I don't. Sorry, I don't like it. I did like it in that one photo. Now I don't like it in this one.
The top view.
Yeah.
You're never going to see it like that, though.
Excuse me. Maybe if you're short, you won't.
You wouldn't look on top of a 79.
I'll look on top of yours, mate.
You do it the one stock out.
What's the weather like up there, Jaden?
Yeah.
I don't get to say that very often, but I do when you boys are around.
It's warm,
Yeah.
mate. It's warm.
Always bloody footy players walking in and out here. I'm like, Hello.
G'day, boys.
You guys play basketball?
We had Nick Nat in a couple of weeks ago, and he is
Oh my God, he is giant.
Yeah, he's a massive individual.
Yeah, I got a sore neck talking to him last year. He's a great
g'day,
bloke.
Ronny.
we got
We got to answer his
we gotta
question.
answer
canopies.
We didn't answer it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't answer canopies for him.
Canopies.
sorry.
So, Duggo, you're going through that right now.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're going to say too, because you want to go somewhere. It sounds like he wants a car he can make custom if he's talking about a half canopy. And if you talk about half canopy, your options are very, very narrowed down, I think, especially for Perth.
They're narrowed down when you want to talk local.
Yeah.
Local
You talk
people.
local, narrowed down.
Yes, very much narrowed down. You can if you want to go with one of the big mobs there, you can find them anywhere in Perth. Someone distributes them
Yeah, but
if
you won't-
they don't have a shop themselves.
But you won't be able to change anything.
You won't be able to change much. You can just pick between you want a 1.2 meter long, 800 mil.
Yeah.
You can't choose a whole lot.
There is a great family business in Perth that will accommodate for custom stuff.
Which is
Oh, you know who it is.
On Track.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Track would be
on track
my
application. Yeah.
yeah. And we know Luke obviously. You know Luke much
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than Jade and I, but we've
we
spoken to
interviewed
Luke
him.
on here, and
Yeah, it was
and
good.
I've chatted to him on the phone about this exact situation that Kale's in. I've spoken about this with Luke at length, and the best part about Luke is he won't sell you something that you don't need or want, and he'll chat through everything with you about this. So I've already been on the phone with him for over an hour talking about just life in general, but also
Surprised it hasn't been longer.
canopies. It might have been an hour 45. It was bloody good chat though. I learned a lot. And then he's just offered, come up, have a look, check out what we can do, what you want to do, get a feel for the car first, all this sort of stuff. So obviously, I think it's Kale. It's Kale, isn't it? Or Kale.
Kale.
Yeah. So he sounds like he's a bit further along probably than me. I would check out On Track Fabrication for sure. They are, and I don't know many other local dudes that are doing their own thing out of their own shop. But yeah,
He's
a star.
He's even been able to change like canopies. You know, people that had other canopies they want to change and stuff.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't want me to say that because, you know, he'd rather just build something from scratch, you know?
Yeah.
So build something from scratch and get your own little twist on it and your own shape as well.
Yeah.
Like I'll be interested to see like if you do go down that route, I'll be interested to see what you would decide to get. And if you do decide to go down that route yourself, it'd be cool to see what lighting arrangement you get or whatever.
Yeah. And let's be honest, traying canopy anywhere you go is not cheap.
Nah.
Anywhere you go. So I think you might as well. I like that Hal wants to go somewhere local, custom.
Well, because then you can actually
talk through
go
it.
and talk to them.
You can see it.
Yeah.
And then, I think On Track are great. If you go to the Perth show and have a look at their display when you're there, and then they've got some really nice ones on display. You don't have to go the full works or full noise, but
Yeah.
he'll chat through what you need, what you're going to use it for, what's your daily look like, everything you can think of that I hadn't thought of just yet. Whether or not, what does the future look like in 5 or 10 years for you? Like, because that he's like, you can't do this twice. This is a one-time thing, so make
Yeah.
sure you do it right.
That's a bloody good point, that one.
Yeah.
Because you can easily build something that suits your now,
Yes.
and your now will change.
Yeah.
Even if you don't think it will change.
Yeah.
You know.
And now there are other people out there. Top of my head.
I would like if I was going
Swank.
to do a half canopy, I would build it in a way that I know that if I decide that I don't want to use it the way I intend to, it doesn't matter because I can still use it for other things. There's enough gap for me to move around, or there's maybe make it so if you got dividers or whatever,
Yeah.
they're movable or something.
Yeah.
You know.
World's your oyster.
Did he also tell you to go away and camp with it before you do the internal fit out? If you are.
Oh, if I say with a canopy on it and then see what. We probably didn't get that to that degree because I was more. My idea was just to. So the chat went like I just want a dog box and a nice new tray, and look, great mate, yeah, happy to do that. But before we go and do that to it, let's just have a think about what does 5 years look like for you? What does 10 years look like for you? said, "Mate, I love to do a lap of Australia when footy's all over." It's like, well,
Dog box.
you don't really want to be doing that with the dog box, do you? Like, but then you don't want to come back here and take the dog box and the tray off and do it all over again, or at least partly, switch things around. So I needed the chat for sure, because I was like, I need a new tray, I need a new canopy, I need to get all this on. He even told me, like, I was so appreciative of it, because he could have had a sale there and then. Is that we're not doing this right now, mate. You got to drive it around first. If you want to put a cheap dog box on with that tray for now, just try it out and see how you go.
I think Luke needs to understand that how long you took to make a decision on a car. He probably should have snared you right then and there.
It is,
Taking 10 years
It
off
might be
it.
like every 4 months I just keep talking to him, and by the time 10 years have passed, like, mate, you coming up to have a look at these canopies? Or
Mate, we've been talking for 10 years.
call Luke. He's like, mate, I sold that business about 3 years ago.
Yeah, actually don't own that anymore, mate. Can I play the next one now?
Hope that helped. Yeah, you can.
I think we answered everything, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, g'day, Ronnie. Dutchy, the Dutchman here. Look, I've got an idea for how to fix the 250 Prado. How about Toyota put the spare wheel back on the back, give it back that iconic 120, 150 Prado swinging door, and then because you've dropped the spare wheel out the bottom, you can move the whole 48-volt system down, move the whole cooling system down, take that ugly notch out the window from the door windows down to the boot window, and then all the guys can put drawers and stuff back in their back in the back of the Prado, and then everyone's happy. And you can take that little 60-litre Esky storage box out and use it for some beers.
Yeah, that wasn't a question.
That wasn't a question.
That was an answer for me.
It was. What do you think of it?
Well, yeah. You should go work at Toyota.
Do you agree?
Well, the way I look at it, I don't actually mind the Prado because you can open that window. If you couldn't open that window, I would 100% categorically agree with what he just said.
Yep.
With Dutchy. So
Don't you think?
I think a wheel carrier is definitely going to happen for my Prado if I'm keeping it for a while.
As in a bar?
Yeah, it has to, because I have to put that wheel somewhere. And that where that spare tyre is, holy shit, the amount of fuel you could fit there, and then boom, you're going to have like a massive range on it. I better bring some more.
What size?
Blue.
What size tyre can you fit in where it is currently?
So underneath, it's was it a 33.2 I've got on it now, but I'm about to put 34s on it, and we already know that they won't fit underneath.
Okay.
But I can cut. All you got to do is just cut. There's this little lip. I just got to cut that, then it will fit.
Right.
However, the wider the tyre I get, the more it's going to sit down. So eventually, I would have to put it on the back, and I want to do it anyway because I want that space for fuel.
Yep.
I really want that space for fuel. I've actually just increased the fuel capacity on my 76. Yeah. So
There you go. I don't mind that.
Fuel range is key.
I think a tyre on the back of the Prado would look pretty cool.
Yeah, take it back to how it looked before. I don't know why they've done the design the way they have.
Yeah. I mean, you can fix it by throwing money at it. It's quite a bit of money, probably.
Yeah, maybe that's why they've done it.
Toyota are just that good, aren't they? Like, they have literally... They get so much feedback on what they could do to improve their cars, but they just go, maybe not, but you'll keep buying them.
Yeah, but yeah.
Sorry.
But what people
our idea is the best.
Yeah.
And even if it's not,
We
you're still
hear
going
ya.
to buy it. Who cares?
And we know you're going to go elsewhere and change it. But
yeah.
But people have to also understand that the full drive community is tiny
good point.
compared
Good
to
point.
how many people buy the cars.
Jeez,
But
we're
what
selfish.
I think they have fucked up big time on is doing this bloody 48-volt shit here in Australia, especially in a 7-seater. Like it kind of... I mean, you can fix it, but you have to pay money to fix the rear layout to actually have some freaking room.
You shouldn't have to fix it.
Yeah. So
That should be fixed from standard.
yeah, which
You
means
can't release a car that customers need to fix
no.
problems in.
No.
That is a shit car.
But we do.
Yeah,
I know, which is
mean-
ridiculous.
Well, it's like a 70, right?
yeah, okay, but a 70 is like Sorry, a 70 is like customizations. You're doing stuff that you want to do to it. A Prado is like you have to fix this before you can do the stuff you want to do to it.
A 70 with the narrow wheel track.
Okay, that's a good point.
The
70 is also
alternator.
the same.
A 70 with 5 stud.
Yep. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Just wanted to say I was wrong.
Passionate though, which we
Passionate.
love.
Yeah.
Just, you're 100%
Toyota.
right.
Look, how
on
many people need
Sucked us
to
in.
have the tyre pulled out from underneath? How many people need to do that? Stuffle. You know what I mean? But how many people would like to use the rear space of their Prado without losing that much on a 7-seater? A shitload of people. So
Yep.
that's where I'll say that the mistake is. But yeah, I mean, with most car manufacturers, they're not designing them for us to take off road or kit them all out, except for the Ineos Grenadier. That's the only one. And when you think about it that way, yeah, Duggo, what have you done?
Yeah, I was just like, that makes a good point. Where were you all this time, Ronnie?
I was here.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No. Look, you wanted the
I
V8
did.
itch, and it's very hard not to love that V8.
I am loving it.
Yeah.
I could have let you drive my car for
Yeah,
a week
just
if
give
you
you-
wanted
give-
the
yeah.
itch. You could have scratched it. You could have.
I'm actually better off in the wallet having bought the 79 at this stage.
Yeah, at this stage.
For now.
All right, we have taken up too much of everyone's time here. We need to wrap this up, lads. Are we all happy?
You are hungry, aren't you?
I am starving.
So am I,
I'm
actually, me too.
starving.
There's going to be a wrestle match over my last protein bar.
Yeah.
After the cameras go off.
You can have it, Ronnie. You're the strongest.
It probably is.
I'm very, very weakened from my hunger. I'm just hiding it.
All right, let's go. Four-wheel drive podcast, powered by Tyrepower. Thanks to everyone that got involved today. Music by the Southern River Band. Let it ride to see us out. Four-wheel drive podcast on Instagram. Get over, have a look. All our episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. And thank you to our patrons. Stick around. You know what? I'm that hungry, but I'm still going to have a quick chat to you guys.